Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome back to Peel's Improvisation Tournament. Day 2, where we're kicking things off with the semis, the round of 2. Is it the semis? Is it the second round here. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. As we've been, well, this one has been amazing, this tournament in general. So it looks like things are going smoothly so far. We'll be jumping into the action shortly. For the moment, now is your opportunity to grab your drinks, to grab your snacks, because we're about to get into some high-octane forts. Go ahead and check out the bracket real quick. Time for more beautiful maps, like actually though. Starting out with Cloud versus Wind in round 2. Yes. For those who missed day 1, I highly recommend going back and checking it out. But for those who are going to stick around, well, this is Peel's Improvisation Tournament. Peel's Improvisation Tournament. Basically, Peel has made a whole heap load of maps. For reference, the next upcoming map will be on map number 94. We will then take competitive players scattered throughout the Fort's competitive community and the Fort's Pro League and throw them onto the maps. They get to see it for the first time and play it. And, well, we see how things work out. And you know what I think? I think we're jumping into the action. As here we're off to the next round. Look at it. Look at it. Like, what am I looking at here? It's like semi-transparent background that is basically arms holding a rather unusual looking fort. And then this symbol with a diamond on it. That's it's real neat. You see, it's just pretty looking. It's unusual, but pretty looking. Alright, well, let's zoom into this round, shall we? As here we have on the left-hand side, it is Wind, playing as the Pinch Fist Commander, facing off against his opponent on the right-hand side. It's Clau, usually just call him Clau, who's playing as the Armadillo Commander. Let's see how things go. Good, good, great. One thing I have to say, I feel the need to say. A substantial amount of the prettiness of the map is lost when you zoom into the actual action, which is not a surprise, nor is it terribly unusual. But I think that particular effect afflicts Peel's maps, at least this time around, more than others. Okay. Oh, and for those here, part of the notification squad, who are here early, we do have a 2-minute delay on, just to deter drama between the players. So take that into account when asking questions in chat. This looks suspiciously like we've got a rocket rush coming from both players. It won't be a rocket rush from Wind, but clearly there's some EMP activity. Whereas Clow looks like a proper rocket rush is coming out here. Impact. I like how Cloud's response is just ignore it and just keep building. Oof. Pain. So that is actually shutting down the all of the tech. So Clow's own weapons and responses are delayed by this. And now it shuts down the mines. This is quite effective. Just double EMP splashing across everything. Just like those diamond things. I'm reasonably certain that's his theme for the map. He just he's going with these diamond type things. And they haven't always been diamonds, they have also been squares. You know, on that one map where everything was a cube. But yeah, it looks like I'm just sorry. Wind is being so greedy right now. I mean, no doors on anything. The EMPs just keeping everything locked down. He's selling them off now. Couldn't have been better with that timing. As he already has a plasma placed. All he needs is a fire beam. He has literally one strut of wood between death and his core. So that's funny. And this whole time, Clow was going for clearly some kind of early game aggression build and just complete lockdown via EMP. So that's fascinating. Going with double plasma instead of firebeam plasma. Okay. Clow now going toward heavy weapons. The cannon flavor specifically. Catching it with the sandbag. A question from chat. Why is there no high seas in the Forts Pro League? The general consensus is that a lot of the professional players, the high skill players, are less interested in high seas as the DLC. As in, high seas is somewhere between less balanced and less appealing. So it's just not nearly as popular to use, and therefore, by popular request, it is not. That particular DLC is not active in the Forts Pro League. A beautiful shot. Cloud takes the first hit and loses a mine for it. I like the sniping from Cloud. And then the question becomes, what can Wind do? So, Clow didn't exactly rush things out. He's got plenty of defenses to keep himself safe from this kind of early plasma beam rush, this laser rush, heavy weapons rush in general, rushing tactics. Wind was kind of banking on getting real damage done, and he almost did with that mine, but that's why I was expecting him to go with the fire beam, because when you get the fire beam after plasma, you can get both weapons online at the same time, and then you can do fire beam plasma and burn through instead of just one plasma's worth of damage. You get almost like 2 plasmas worth of damage done, which would have been devastating to Cloud's eco. Ooh. Oh boy, that's it. But that, right there, is the power of double plasma. It just does a lot of damage. Like, it just does a lot of damage. You open the door and it gets B mode. And then the plasma just cuts through the foundation, slicing it off, and it all comes out crumbling down. Yeah. Congratulations to Wind, winning this round. Well done. I think after yesterday's showing, EMPs are going to have a bit more popularity today. I can't possibly imagine why. Alright, good job to Wind. Moving on to the next round. I Am Myself versus Bruce Pixar. Pleasant surprise that we're getting part 2 next Saturday. No, that's part 3 next Saturday. Part 2 is right now. Okay. It was quick. It was quick, yes. I'm okay with this. Next will be on map number 95, which is just a big number. Excellent. Alrighty then. The players are here. We need to only get everything downloaded and ready to. Give us a moment while we finish putting everything together for the next round. Oh, what am I looking at? Okay, well, so last round I mentioned that, oh hey, it's difficult to see things when you have to zoom in so much. You know, you miss out on the map. I don't think that's gonna be relevant this time. Alright, well... I think we got this. Small tips don't go T3. Good lord. Even better news. Part 3, yes. How does skill from 2v2 transcribe to 1v1? I'm going to say very well. They're very similar in many ways. The biggest difference between 1v1 and 2v2 is the collaborative element rather than any strategy or behavior on any individual elements or player. In a 2v2, you have to time things. You're doing all the same things you do in a 1v1, except you have to time things with a teammate. And that is an extra complication which can be difficult to many. Hello there, Vlad. How's the tournament? What have you missed? Well, have you missed? Were you here yesterday? I don't remember seeing you in chat yesterday, which doesn't mean much because like 90% of y'all are lurkers. This is round 2 of today's. We're jumping into round 2 of today's broadcast. So not much today specifically. Yesterday, however, very good. Comes highly recommended. Check out the VOD. As we're jumping into the next round here, we have Bruce versus I Am Myself on this map. So this is what I was saying. This one's different. This one, we're fighting in, like, inside a telescope here. We have the diamond in the middle and just a solid terrain everywhere. And an otherwise close map. Look at it. Look at it. Map is slightly off center. Alright, well here we have on the left hand side, it's Bruce. He's playing as the Pinch Fist commander, facing off against his opponent. On the right, it's I Am Myself. Is he doing... Oh, yeah, he's going, like he's doing like fastest possible cannon rush here, it looks like. Like he's already into the cannon tech, whereas I Am Myself is a quarter way through... Literally a quarter way through the upgrade center. Of course, it's overdrive for I Am Myself over there, so the upgrade center is your tier 1 tech, but still. The question is, will Bruce be opening with a Howitzer, or will Bruce be opening with a standard cannon? I would like to see standard cannon, because it's the more classic, tried and true option, but it looks like it's going to be Howitzer. Hard to go wrong with either. I Am Myself getting an AP sniper and going for laser beams. A nice, well-rounded map. You deserve a medal for that one. I mean, well-rounded is the word. I was kind of expecting at least one of these players to go Missile Rush, if not EMP. Oh, hello. Not what I was expecting. We have 20 mil, which actually is probably a better call here. This map is close enough range. Okay. So technically 20 mils deal more damage than basically every other weapon in the game. The problem with 20 mils is that they have so much spread on them that the damage doesn't penetrate anywhere, and therefore doesn't hit any of the high value internals of anything for that matter. So they end up doing less effective damage because they don't hit anything worth hitting. This is compared to standard cannons, which deals notably less damage total than a 20 mil, but they have enough penetrative power that they actually get inside and break things. Or, you know, a howitzer that just has a lot of damage and shatters things on the surface. Whatever it may be. But at this range, the spread on the 20 mil is likely to not be a major factor, and he could just kind of break whatever it shoots at. And I think he's going to do that, and he's going to do that at right now. As long as he doesn't group fire these, which he's not doing. Yeah, just go straight to the core here. So that's a pretty heavy hit. Is you'll notice that even at this range, it spreads over, you know, 3.5 blocks, which is pretty big. If all that damage had been coalesced into even two boxes, it would have been game over. But, you know, 20 mils, they don't cost a lot to fire. You just keep firing. And there it is. I myself loses a weapon. It is worth noting that 20 millimeters reflect off of, should I say, or deflect off of energy shields. They just bounce. So those energy shields are a perfect defense against the 20 mils, and Bruce will need to do something about that. The something he's doing about that is a howitzer. But for the moment, he's got 20 mils, and he's got a lot of damage output available to him. That's a pretty rough repair build for I myself. It's something he can sustain for the moment, but he's got to be real careful about it. Now here's the thing. Once that howitzer comes online and slaps the shields, those 20 mils are just going to break everything. Because, well, he's got enough of them to deal that kind of damage. The thing that's going to prevent Bruce from dealing more damage at this point is actually energy production. So he's going to need to ramp up his energy production here. God, look at the damage. I myself was just adding in a howitzer catcher to prevent the howitzer from ending his game, and the 20 mils just destroyed it because, you know, they can, because that's what they do. They're 20 mils, and there's a lot of them at close range. And it's time to fire again. Do it. Do it. Is he gonna fire at high? He is gonna fire high. Oh wow, all of those shots just failing to do anything. I myself trying to add energy shields into critical components, to critical defensive areas. Not enough energy means I myself doesn't get to fire his weapons. As look at all those shells just bouncing. They're not doing damage, they're just bouncing. That's what the howitzer's for. Although at this point I think Bruce should probably have waited. And again, I guess it doesn't really matter if you just impact and break everything. Yeah, it's I myself is in a real spot of trouble here. Those 20 mils are going to come off cooldown, and they're already aimed at the eco. So this is classic 20 mil, just unable to hit anything. Good God. And the problem is how it's going to come off cooldown again and just blast the same spot. And where is he going? Oh, he's going to the center. That actually keeps I myself in this game here. I say as if he's got much of a chance, but I mean, what do you do in this situation as if you're red team here? I think the answer is you just explode. He's got enough eco and enough defenses to survive another hit or two, but like, what's your win condition? Is it redefine victory as detonation? Well, there goes the armor. You know, Return to Sender would solve these problems, but that requires getting a Return to Sender. Kaboom. Bruce wins it. Nice job. That never gets old. Seeing all those 20s. It is just like the best way to end a fort. All right. We're going on to the next round. Give us a minute while we get up the next set of players. Next round will be on Improvisation 96. Hopser versus Dommy. Try to survive long enough for the enemy ISP to fail. Hey, they're not German. I don't think they're German, actually. Are they? I don't think so. I just kind of assume that like 90% of the players are German. It's just because that's almost true. We're missing Dommy. Where you at? There you are. Now, what do we got here? You'd love to see the orbital laser more often. Orbital laser is pretty popular on high seas maps. Obviously, we don't do a lot of high seas activities in competitive play. But if you stop by any of the live streams, I do high seas all the time, and it is present, usually. There's like always, there's almost, most maps have like one guy whose job is to go orbital laser. All right. And we're off to the next round. Now this one is different. Okay. So it's relatively small, not quite as close together as the previous map. I think more importantly, it's I think this is actually a 2v2 map, isn't it? Or maybe this is just an extension? I don't even know. Either way, here we have on the left-hand side, it's Hopser. He's playing as the Architect Commander, facing off against his opponent. On the right-hand side, it's Dommy. Dommy's playing as the Overdrive Commander. Okay, well... They are connecting to the lower platform. Okay, I don't think it's a 2v2 map. They're just meant to be connected via a long trunk. Nine mines, it seems to be. Which is a lot of mines. Like, that's a lot of mines. Makes me wonder how many swarm missiles you can throw on the thing. Imagine if you're Seep with the tiny missile launchers. Just stack that with, like, 6 missile launchers. Just remove the enemy. And blot out the sun. With your missiles. So we're already in high eco territory. I think it's only 8 mines. I don't think you can get that extra mine. Like, it's close. But I don't think it fits there. Can you imagine how game breaking it would be if one of the factions, if one of the commanders, got tiny mines? So this is actually a situation where going upgrade center first, I think, is a mistake, because the trunk is so long that defending it from a buzzsaw is nigh impossible, and therefore early buzzsaw is just the thing to do. And so Dommy, who's playing Overdrive and is skipping Buzzsaw tech, is probably going to be at disadvantage here because Buzzsaw exists. That said, 8 mines. Is a lot of mines. Let's see if this first Buzzsaw volley does the damage it needs to do. No. No, it doesn't. It's close, though. Hopser really wants to have, like, 2 more buzzsaws. Just remove that connection. That's so many mines. Like, why are we not... Why is this not devolved into buzzsaw wars yet? Come on, guys. There you go. That's a better shot. Just chop it all down. The amount of benefit you gain by destroying that is... It's 4 mines. Yeah, that's not gonna be it. You gotta... It's too thick now. You gotta chop it at the bottom or like midway point. Give it some deforming. Either way, both of these teams are some degree of an eco commander. I don't really like calling an architect to be an eco commander. It's a tech switchy commander. Construction commander. Build speed commander. Oh? Oh. Oh, what are we seeing here? Mine sold. Yes. Do it. Good, good. Immediately, machine guns added in. He revealed it in construction. He didn't cover it first. Sadness. Well, I'm also seeing a problem here. The terrain is a bit in the way and may not function here. We'll see if that works. I'm not convinced it will. Okay. Is that a magna beam? No, it's a fire beam. Okay. It's an interesting fire beam spot. Oh, and he's going straight to nuke before we even know if it's gonna work. Oh no. Oh no. Well. Do or die, I guess. Alright, so I like the plasma from here. It makes the angle on this a bit stronger. I don't know what's going to happen. Everyone's going to have a lot of weapons. Everyone's going to have a lot of eco. It's just going to be violence all around. It's just going to be a lot of violence all around. I think Hopser's going to be firing first. He does. Dommy should be replying now. Do it. No, he's readjusting his angles. Okay. He's still adjusting angles? Yeah, Dommy's having some angling issues with his doors. Okay, he's getting rid of the tiny doors, going with big doors just to solve that problem. The snipers together strong. Dommy winning the sniper wars. Not that there's much of a conflict. You know, last round was completely over by this time, like 2 minutes ago. Whereas now, this round has gone almost 10 minutes with nary a shot fired. Alright, is it time to shoot back here, Hopser? You've got 13,000 energy. You gotta shoot your weapons at some point. I think he's waiting for the second plasma to come online. Notable quantities of energy shields on Dommy's fort. Alright, well, Hopser loses everything. That's unfortunate. Hopser loses 2 plasmas and the cannon technology. So that's a pretty expensive repair bill. Hopser also losing... He was trying to set up portals for the nuke. I don't know if that was necessary. It might have been necessary. It probably is necessary. Oh, it's bad. Hopser just loses 3 mines. Just the double beams. Hopser's just not... He just didn't use his weapons when he had an opportunity to use them, and now he's being picked apart. Like, I don't know what... I think he's trying to get tricksy with it. Trying to wait for the ideal scenario, and then just... Dommy fired first and removed everything. At this point, Dommy's just got time and space to do what he wants. That nuke is unlikely to work. Oh, please tell me you get it. He knew. Oh my god, he nailed it perfectly. I was like, please tell me. That is such an obvious portal. Please tell me he's gonna door snipe it, and he did. He didn't just door snipe it. He door sniped it through the portal and took out the launcher. I mean, Hopser's just getting taken out behind the shack. It shoveled. I mean, what are you? He's just gonna double. Yeah, like it's everything this man does gets punished for it. He had an opportunity to fire first. He had an opportunity to... He did actually fire first, for the record. And then just didn't follow up with additional shots. And Dommy just kept using his weapons. Just kept firing. And just that's it. And now it's Dommy's turn to bring out the swarm missile. Dommy selling off one of his mines. The real question is, what's Dommy's win condition here? Is it cannon swap? Because lasers, as good as they have been, are going to struggle to actually end the game here. Lasers suffer from not being particularly great damage dealers. They deal... yeah, sure, they've got some good penetration power, but unless you've got something that deals real... structural integrity damage, you're going to struggle to actually end the fort in any kind of high eco map. And this is certainly a high eco map. I mean, 8 mines. Now that's what I was hoping Hopser was going to do at the beginning. Okay, well, at this point, Hopser no longer has high eco. It's got kind of middling eco. So the lasers will be able to keep up with things. Hopser's only really hope here is just full energy shielding and hope it's enough. But Dommy's already has a Howitzer placed and under construction and has a nuke coming online in about 10 seconds. So the energy shield coverage is not going to... Yeah, he's conceding here. He's letting it happen. He understands. Dommy just kind of took him out. There's no coming back from that. That's it's a bit much. Well played, Dommy, with a domination, just absolutely dominant performance there. Excellent. That was one-sided. Map is cool though. I actually kind of like that. It's a high eco map, but it's split weirdly. Just because of that giant split between the two. That does actually make a good argument for shock and awe. So you can connect to it, place a barrel. Let's see who's next. Hold up, wait a minute. I just realized this is only something I've only. Do you have any idea how long I've had this background going on? I only just now realized the T3 shot that ruined this boat hits a frankly disgustingly slim, narrow little gap in the defenses. It's like the spot it hits is surrounded by like 4 layers of metal, except for one tiny little spot. It's like half a grid space wide, where there's just nothing there, and it just finds that tiny little hole and takes out the core via hitting the battery block and just taking everything out. I never actually realized that until just now, which is a very T3 thing to do. Okay. Alright then. We are on to the next round. On Improvisation map 99. Alright, the players are ready, the match is made. Let's jump into the action. we're off. Alrighty then. Well, this is an interesting one. We have... Oh my. The D20 diamond is here. Look at it. It's so pretty. We once again have hands. Alright. So this is what we're looking at here. What is going on? Why did I... There we go. Sorry, controls were scuffed. Alrighty then. Here we have on the left-hand side, it is Hopser. Defeated in the last round. He's dropped down to the lower bracket and will be attempting to reclaim victory here. Against his opponent on the right-hand side, it's Baumstander. Hopser playing as the Seep Commander, Baumstander as the Hurricane Commander. Let's see how this turns out. There is this small expansion down here. I don't know what to expect out of it, but it is here. It does seem to have mine space for 2 mines, or, in the case of Hopser, probably 3 tiny launchers. And certainly 3 tiny launchers. Ooh. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. That could be lethal. That's just lethal if you hit this right here with a buzzsaw. Oh, and Hopser recognizes that. That's still destructible, by the way. Oh my god. He just barely, if he had hit this node right here, that would have been over. That's still destructible, by the way. I mean, the chances of making that shot are like not a thing, but okay. Okay. I think that's the end of the buzzsaw menace for this round. But not targeting the turbines? Why are you like this? There's perfectly good food right here. Do it. Get a 3rd swarm. Go up to 3 swarms. I beseech thee. These bases are so unstable. Like, defending against heavy weapons in this scenario is just, like, not a thing. Like, I feel like you have to go early game aggro. Alright, the food has been devoured. It's now up to Baumstander to find out how to fix that. As Hopser's needs more energy production. God, swarm missiles, or missiles in general, are just energy hungry. They're hungry. Yes! 3rd swarm. I love to see it. Okay, now where are we sending these? The rest of these? Is it to the turbines again? The plasma exists and is online and will therefore be a threat. Yeah. that was close to being lethal. For reference here, guys, that one plasma made it all the way to the final layer, leaving that shred of metal at the cusp of destruction. This is the kind of fine line of defenses, the minimum defenses that players focus on at this tier. It's like, I know I don't need more defenses than that to defend against things like plasmas. And they were right. He was right. He didn't need more than that. And it's just as close as can be. If there was any percent buff on that plasma, it would have been over. But he wasn't Warthog, and he wasn't Moonshine. All right. Hopser needs another battery, which he is currently working on. That'll give him the power necessary to launch both the swarm and the nuke at the same time. I think he really needs to aim for the weapons platform here. Just nuke the laser directly. He also needs to up his sniper game, because Baumstander's just dominating him right now. Just, you know, don't let that happen. Is he going for the double nuke option? I mean, that is an option. Baumstander's getting a lot of anti-air online. And Hopser doesn't have nearly enough map control. Yeah, launches everything. Solid hit, but didn't get... I'm gonna say didn't get substantial damage done. Like, it's a pretty nasty repair bill, but it's not a lot of long-term damage, not a lot of lasting damage. Firebeam Plasma, once again, doesn't breach. Hopser is struggling for energy production. Still needs a bit more time before he can launch everything. Instead does a partial launch. Better. I think he definitely needs to add some background bracing to convince the nukes to fly less directly. Hopser developing additional wind turbines. And I think sniper platforms up here. Sniper platforms. You need so much more energy. You should just do turbines. Get more turbines. Do it. You're struggling so hard. Oh, if that snapped, Hopser goes down. You can't afford that. You can't afford this camp anymore. You have to have energy shields there. And there it is. Okay, that's the shot I was looking for. Bomb loses his lasers, and with it, any ability of applying pressure in this round, and that will leave Hopser at a substantial advantage. Ooh. The nuclear strikes. the nukes spread out, meaning that you can see, as you can see, they don't really destroy everything so much as splash damage everywhere. That's gonna be a nasty repair bill, but again, not a lot of structural damage. Hopser finally getting a bit better energy production. Not by much, but it's closer to upkeeping the. Did he just upgrade his sniper? Okay, he lost his sniper. Need more. Nukes miss. Unfortunate. Good. Do it again. More miniguns. So bomb is... trying to think, what do you do from this position here? Like, you have to just play for map control. 5% remaining. That is so much damage. No more money remaining. It's bad. Like, on bomb's position, I think you just kind of have to play for map control. But those missiles are coming off cooldown. And Hopser's energy woes aren't so rough anymore. Yeah, look at he's adding in, he even added in more turbines. Here they come. Here comes another launch. It's like, yeah, even if you catch this, it's the splash damage is enough. Baumstander is knocked out. Well played. Here it comes. Nice. Alrighty then. Let's see what do we have next. We're going to improvisation map 97. Let's see what we have next. It'll be Dory versus Ryder. The map, yes. The map is wild. Every time. Actually, let me press the button. My poor map list is just gonna be filled with numbers. I'm not going to comment about what's being said in the lobby right now, but I want to. Vlad OG in chat says Ryder wins 100%. Oh, I believe those are fighting words. I haven't been running bets on these rounds, though I am tempted to do so. I'll bet your channel points on who wins. Question from chat. Was co-op on Def removed from FPL? Why? The answer is twofold. And it's really just one answer, is that the base merging tactics where one player ejects their core and then joins the other player, and so they create one giant mega fort, was just not fun. That's it, really. There's another tournament coming up, not Force Pro League, but tournament coming up. Let me double check the time for it. I believe it's in February, 7th of March, where it's doing a co-op on death, but modified co-op on death. That is extremely in my interests. Because it's co-op on death, but the player can only use weapons. So you don't get the mega base, which I think is lovely. But I'll see if it's lovely when it actually happens. That'll be in March. Okay, what am I looking at? Pile, Pile, I can't. One of these days I'm going to read his name in something that isn't English. Pile, what have you done with this one? This is just madness. Alright, well. Y'all are gonna love this one. This will not play like any kind of normal experience for anyone involved. And I feel like if you try to play this one normally, it's just not gonna work. Like, that's not the strat. Good lord. utter madness. Alright, let's show this off. Welcome to, whatever this is. I don't... Alright, so I'm just gonna zoom in here. We have a starter base that's ridiculous looking. And then we have this, followed by this, and then this. And each one of these has weapons in it of escalating power. And it just doesn't stop. I mean, it just keeps going. So this is not one where you will be playing as whatever it is you're playing. This is one where your job is to just expand and launch whatever weapons are available to you upon launching, upon expanding. That's what's going on here. And it's over. All right. We are going to check that in the replay real quick, because it happened off screen. Is it just mortar landed and ended it? It feels like mortar landed and ended it. Nope, it was his own swarm missile. Alright. Welcome to that round. We have a request for a rematch. Both players are requesting a rematch. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna forget that happened. God. It's just madness. Just forget that happened. We're going again. Oh my lord. So now we know that can happen. And off we go to the first time we've seen this map between these two players. It's all madness. As they go expanding, collecting everything. What are you supposed to do with this information? It just keeps going. Alright, is he selling it? He's selling it. He's just selling the swarm immediately. In fact, both players sold the swarm immediately. They're like, huh, nope. Nope. Here come the mortars. That was almost lethal. Dory just running the gauntlet of expansions. Selling the nuke too? That one I didn't see coming. I guess if you just get the cannon first, you fire it, you win the game. Yeah. He quits! No GG. He's gone before the end screen comes up. His core explodes and he's gone before the end screen comes up. Dory wins it. Oh my god. Oh my god. To be fair, to be clear, he immediately went onto the Discord and just said, GG, I got out APM'd. Dory, professional poly bridge player. Yes. Oh my god. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Alright, well, welcome to whatever that was. I now suddenly agree with the selling off of the missile launchers. This is madness. Unmitigated madness. Well, if you guys like this kind of content, make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because we got... This is only day 2 of 3. It keeps going. It continues. Alright, now we're on to map 98. Oh, it's one of these. Okay. I like what I'm seeing already. Such a long round. Twice as long as the last one. Yes. Alrighty, so next up it is Taichu versus Ryder. And it looks like we're ready to go, so we'll be jumping into the action here momentarily. If you guys want to grab a drink, grab a snack, now is your opportunity, as there's not much time before the next round starts. I'm going to take this opportunity to stand up and stretch. Mind you guys that sitting down for too long is a mistake, so don't do that. Stand up, stretch, and, well, hopefully you don't miss an entire round in the time it takes for Dory to polybridge across the radar cannon and end the game immediately. That was... I appreciate that round for what it was. Alright. The round is starting. Let's do this. And we're off. It's so squiggly. So this map is weird in ways that I don't know how to feel about it. Aside from having the not dodecahedron chilling in the middle, we have some unusual base layouts here that are going to make for some... I imagine it's going to be a long one. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm gonna put it that way. It's gonna be a long one. Well, here we have on the left-hand side, it is though 15 Ryder, playing as the Seep Commander, facing off against his opponent. On the right, it's Taichu, playing as the Shotgun Commander. Do this. I think like this will do. Just trying to predict where the camera location should be. Shift that down a little bit. That's looking good. Alright, so the reason I was saying this is going to be a longer one is because the distance between the core and the nearest and the furthest most foundation is substantial. This means not only are players going to be building here and dangling large bits of wood and armor in front of the core where it's safely out of splash range, but they're also going to be dangling it over here doing the same thing. And for the same reasons, this area back here is going to be extremely well defended, so breaking through the forts is going to be quite difficult. Yes, this is only a 5-mine map, but 5 mines is pretty alright. It's, I guess, it is less than average by about 1. So it's a little bit less eco, but the sheer girth in the defenses can kind of make up for that. That said, such girth only matters if you know, have connections that aren't getting buzzsawed. It is worth noting that Ryder is up to 3 swarm missiles and is 1 sniper away from ruining Taichu's world. Alright, come on. 1 more battery there, Ryder, and then launch the swarms. Or just launch the swarms now. That'll do. No more buzzsaw. Better. Now, you know there were machine guns, and you know where those machine guns were. I beseech you to remove them. He's targeting them with the swarms, which didn't work. Okay. Just the mass buzzsaws from Taichu is more effective than I thought it would be. But I believe... oh, well, that's awkward. But I believe Ryder is getting it done. Honestly, the way this is going, Taichu just might be able to invest in an upgrade center and just minigun his way to victory here. Just like straight minigun buzzsaw. As that would be hilarious to me. He's going to need a lot more energy production before he can actually turn those miniguns into offensive firepower, but still. He's right for the core with those. He should. Ryder should just grab them and send them. It is worth noting that Ryder does not have nearly enough map control to make these swarms actually work. But he'll get some damage done with it, and you know, that's a good start. Like, you need... This is not a one sniper job. This is at least 2 snipers worth of back and forth. And substantially more energy production along the way. Come on, you can do it. Alright, second sniper's coming online for Ryder. Honestly, this isn't a sniper job, this is a shotgun job, so you just need to be bouncing between snipers. You need to like be simultaneously micromanaging multiple snipers with this. Spread fire those swarms all over the place. The thing is, behind all of this machine gun play and sniper dueling, Taichu's just gradually expanding. He's fully upgraded his mines, so he's on 5 mines of fully upgraded boosting. Ryder could do with some miniguns here. Could also do with some tab spam. I haven't seen tab spam in a while. Alright, come on, Ryder. Put a door there. Or put a piece of metal there. I believe in you. Good job. That'll help. Ryder has lost all of his snipers for the moment, so his swarms will remain unfired. I'll see the minigun. That's an AP sniper out of Taichu, which is going to be a problem for Ryder. The volume of just bullets coming out from those machine gunners is intense. Come on, man. You gotta up the, you gotta up your, there you go. Gotta up your map control game. I have faith in you. As Ryder just gets bullied by the AP sniper. It's okay. It's okay. First nuke on the board, and taken out. AP Sniper is still bullying. Ryder just doesn't have the map control. Taichu's winning map control despite all of this. And that just means that Ryder's offensive power is greatly diminished. And for it, it's giving Taichu plenty of space to do what he wants. And what he wants involves upgrading to higher tech tiers. I'm surprised Ryder didn't take any core damage there. That was actually really close. Yes, full metal coverage. I approve. Alright, it's time to launch again. There's still a lot of machine gunners on the board. But the nuke makes it. Hits Taichu in the face. Not that much damage, actually. So, Ryder is putting energy shields in that position. I believe he's doing that because he knows that Taichu's going for plasmas. But it is going to harm his energy production. Taichu falling behind on the map control now. But even a single plasma coming online for Taichu would be devastating for Ryder. A second plasma placed for Taichu. Ryder's just not doing near enough damage. I mean, Taichu's just kind of running away with the game in terms of progress. Like, Taichu does what Taichu wants, and it's basically just looks like a lot of weaponry. Taichu now investing into additional tech. This is what I was talking about when I was saying the very defensive play. I mean, Taichu doesn't even care to do heavy map control anymore, because why? I just face tank it. I don't need to worry. And he's right, he doesn't really need to. Ryder's got one nuke. Second nuke would help him immensely here. First plasma is online, and its door is opening. We expect to see it reach out and touch something here. Will it get reflected is the question. We're about to find out. The answer is yes. Mostly because Ryder's got like near total shield coverage and is adding in 2 more energy shields. I don't blame him. Like, Ryder's not playing around with giving Taichu a chance of dealing critical damage here. But I think Taichu can still find a spot. He did. That's a pretty decent hit for Taichu. Not game winning. Alright, so Ryder is just completely covered in shields. He is also relying entirely on shields. I just want to point out, the defenses are so thick that Ryder's core is exposed. Like, he was exposing it purposefully because the defenses were so thick that he was expecting it to work. Right up until, you know, the energy shields got shut down and the defenses stopped existing. So, look at it. Look at it. He's got turbines in front of his core here. I mean, come on. He's got defensive line in front of an entire space where you can get fully operational turbines in front of it. It's so thick. It's just so thick. But without the energy shield, there's literally nothing. It just goes straight to the core. Okay. Well. Now we're on to Improvisation 991. Oh my god, why are you like this? Who hurt you? Okay. This is getting it interesting. Alright, so next up we have Draistian versus I Am Myself. It looks like we are ready to go. So we'll be jumping into the action here momentarily. Time's up. Let's do this. Wait. Okay. And we're off. So, this is what I was talking about. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm just gonna move on. As here we have in this match, I Am Myself on the left side, Draistian on the right. I Am Myself is playing as Spook, Draistian as a Scattershot. Try to get out of the maze while being fully zoomed out if you want true experience. Okay. Like what? So, let's see where this goes. Looks like you gotta go down here. And then this way. Like so. Okay. And they appear to be mirrored on both sides, so nice. If you solve the maze first, does that count over core health win for the win condition? Yes. What if they hide things in the maze and you could build them to get things? Well, we had a map like that. It ended in about 60 seconds flat. Alright, so it's going to be heavy weapons rush for both players. Wait, what? It's madness. It's all madness. There should be attachment points and mine nodes in the center so you have to solve the maze to get to them. Imagine if your core was where this thing is, and you just had a fort out here. Like the rest of the fort out here. And the only way to get to the enemy's core is to solve the maze by building around the whole place. By building around the whole place. And then once you get through it, you get to the outside and connect. The enemy's maze just like opens up a bunch of doors all the way to the core. That probably wouldn't be fun. That probably wouldn't be fun at all. It looks like Draistian is the first to place a weapon. It's a cannon. I am myself is close behind. It's a plasma beam. Yes. Do it. Bring the weapons to bear. Okay. The energy shield, the preemptive full energy shield wall will protect I am myself from death. It's worth noting that I am myself is spook, so spook or I am myself is fully where the Draistian is Shagana, and that Draistian has completely relied on 20 mils. Fire beam, plasma beam. Overpens the base, hits the maze, and does no damage. Very little damage. So, at this point, Draistian needs to do something. By something, I mean Draistian needs to adjust his strategy here. Because I am myself is just completely covered in shields. Completely covered in shields. And is incapable, Draistian just doesn't have weapons to deal with it. So there's a couple options. Draistian is going with the EMP option, however doing so requires him to place technology. And the technology is placed, it exists, you can see it back here. It's just not quite complete yet. And in the meantime, Draistian has to sustain it hits and, you know, try not to explode. Which isn't terribly difficult given the context, with I am myself only possessing one fire beam, plasma beam combo. But it is something that is, you know, not free. In fact, Draistian was just finishing replacing those 2 destroyed mines that he lost in the last volley. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised Draistian didn't add in something like a standard cannon. I myself just doesn't have the damage output to get things done right now. EMP is eliminated. The Draistian's attempt at shutting down the shields will be shut down by a fire beam. It is worth noting that I myself has developed a pretty decent amount of anti-air, which should get rid of the EMP with some reliability. Ooh, Sniper Wars. We have an AP sniper from I myself plinking away at Draistian, while Draistian had 3 snipers of his own, just taking shots out left and right and scoring I myself of most of his things. Most of his vulnerable things, I should say. Now, Draistian's going up to 420 mils. The thing is, he knows that he can't use them, not really. Not until he's gotten an EMP to successfully land. And he's banking on getting the EMP to land, but he's only got 1 EMP. Right, so now he's going to burn his commander ability and take out the weapons platform. Ooh, but the fire. Okay. Hello. Draistian just removing I am myself's lasers every time they open the door. Snipers are strong. EMP not even close to making it across. You could have seen that one coming. So this one's not quite a stalemate. It's just that I am myself lacks the damage to break Draistian, and Draistian lacks the ability to... Oh no. Oh, and he doesn't have the commander ability to end the game. Does it matter? Doesn't matter. 1 EMP lands it, and that does it. I was surprised that EMP made it across, but it did. And Draistian takes it. Well done. There we go. And then the 20 mils, they come ringing. Again. You'll love to see it. Well played. Alright then, next up it will be Clow versus, I believe it is Reabjic. Do scattershot players know standard cannons still existing to destroy shields? No. Haven't you heard? They were removed in the latest balance patch. Yes, Reabjic versus Clow. Well, this one's interesting. You guys are gonna love this one. Okay. All right, give us a moment while we get set up for the next round. Okay. So this map is this is a high seas map. A proper high seas map. Yes. So we are going to have high seas weapons available. That's going to adjust things. It might adjust things. I don't know if it's going to adjust things. I don't think it's going to adjust things much. Either way, the map is going... I think you guys are going to like this map. Alright, the players are ready. The match is made. Time's up. Let's do this. Reabjic versus Clow. I like this one. So this map is someone's connection is suffering. Why are you like this? What is with the internet today? Okay, here we go. So this is why the map is fascinating. This is very clearly whales dancing around a dodecahedron. Icosahedron? Wait, a dodec is 12, right? This is a 12-sided. Dodecahedron. No, this is not a dodecahedron. I mean, yes, dodecahedron is 12. But this is what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think this is actually anatomically correct for a polyhedron. Look at the map, it's beautiful. Like, this is actually gorgeous in all the right ways. Okay. Well, as much as I hate to zoom into the action here, on the left-hand side we've got one Reabjic, who is playing as the armoured commander. Facing against his opponent on the right-hand side, it's Clow. Clow playing as the Architect commander. There we go. Dory would have an unfair advantage in this map. She speaks Welsh. Why are you like this? I approve. So this map is very interesting. It is also the first map that has high seas enabled properly. You can tell because there's the actual in-game water. And also because it says the high seas is enabled on it. Which does mean that players have access to high seas weapons. This is unlikely to become a major factor, as generally speaking, generally speaking, the high seas weapons are best fit in boats, and we do not have boats here. EMP flies, takes out disables a mine. Strategy-wise, both players are going straight to heavy weapons, taking a brief detour into the upgrade center, enabling access to those beautiful upgrades, which have yet to be used by anyone really. I guess Clow is starting to work on metal upgrades. The EMP is just constant. Alright, so we do see a high seas weapon on the board. Specifically, we see the hardpoint. This can be upgraded into either the space laser or the deck cannon. It's going to be the deck cannon, in part because, well, this map is unorbitable, and also because Kalau has gone for cannon tech, which is a requirement for the deck cannon. Yeah, EMPs have been much more popular. I'm okay with this. Kaboom. Reabjic has officially placed his plasma, although it is currently EMP'd and disabled. I think Cloud could invest in some more of those gunners. I think he would be in his benefit to invest in more of those gunners. As the EMP is getting more value. So much more value. Oh, that one got shut down. But did this one get shut down? No. And it's just the hard point down again. My dude, you've been shut down so much. It hurts. It hurts my soul. Alright, Cloud developing actual machine gunners now. We should see Reabjic's EMP. Now that's a juicy EMP right there. That is such a juicy EMP hit. Good. Oh, well. AP Sniper's gonna make short work of those. The EMP just dodges the enemy base as the first laser is fired. Beautifully done. Okay, what have we got next? Klau's deck gun is still some pretty substantial time away from being ready to fire. He could fire it at its mid stage here. Looks like he's going to fire at its mid stage here. I mean, counts as firing, right? I like to see Cloud going with the standard cannon, just to have consistent damage output here. It's nice. I have chat muted, I forgot about that. We have a request from one of the players to pause. Suffering some internet issues. How bad are they? Something is scuffy with his internet. I think it's actually Bomb's internet. Something's real scuffy. But I don't know what's going on with it, so yikes though. A question from chat. I wonder if Pile has zone limited the water, or if you could boat platform across underneath. Probably boat platform. I mean, realistically, you can't stop someone from getting something into the water here. Whether it's worth doing or not is a different question. Like, you can just kind of drop a box into it. Now, what you do with that is up to the player. Let's say you were to put a barrel in a box and just drop it down there. I imagine there's some build zone that prevents building across, but if you were to drop a box down there, you could get access to things like smokestacks. Smokestacks are fun. Smokestacks are effective. Do it. Yeah! Shotgun punished. Clow is finally getting the final upgrade for his deck gun, which will be devastating if he can make it land on Reabjic. Oh no. The deck gun is close to going down. Uh-oh. It's like one shot away. Okay. Gets it. Defended at least. But he needs to do something about that. A little bit of splash damage is all it's going to take to finish that off. Maybe another hit with the plasma. But if that deck gun can actually land a hit, it will do devastating damage. Deck gun behaves a lot like the Howitzer, but more damage. But stronger. And more expensive. And takes longer to field. He's trying to door snipe. Reabjic's just trying to door snipe. He's also saving up for another plasma. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the deck gun to make its debut. How will Reabjic handle this? He does have a shotgun, which is a solution and defense to it, but the reaction time on that's very rough. He doesn't quite nail it, just the reaction speed doesn't make it. And loses most of the front of his fort. But honestly, you can just rebuild that without too big of a deal. On the other hand, Clow got door sniped. Cloud tried to follow up the deck gun with a cannon, and lost his cannon for it. Reabjic just doing a great job of reflectively breaking things. God, that goes across so fast. Oh! Almost got the door sniped, though. So close to getting the door snipe. How close? So Reabjic did manage to place his next plasma. Uh-oh. Here comes it again. And the shotgun gets it this time. That looked like it wasn't at full power. And therefore not at full velocity. And therefore Reabjic had a little bit more time of just breaking it. so close. He got the door snipe, but it wobbled. The cannon almost exploded. Partial hit. Gets one out of the 3 projectiles destroyed and blown out of the sky. Still, the double projectiles is enough to deal some substantial damage. I think Clow actually has the advantage here. Reabjic is relying on door snipes to get things done, and to be clear, he is getting things done. It's just not enough to prevent Clow from proceeding. And proceed he is. God. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, you missed. You didn't miss. He got it. Yes. That was a beautiful shot. Reabjic just breaking Cloud. Taking out another cannon. There it is. So, Reabjic's up to 2 plasmas now. 2 plasmas is enough to break through doors and just break things behind it. I suspect we're going to see more door snipe attempts, but if Reabjic can manage to cross the beams, he should be able to just kind of break through Cloud's stuff and take out juicy innards. I appreciate that Klaus still has an EMP, as if that really matters at the moment. Is he gonna try for it? He is. He's not gonna align the beam properly. But the AP sniper does reach out and touch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There goes a shotgun. No major defenses. Big hit. Reabjic loses a plasma. That's unfortunate. The buzzsaw doing so much damage. Clow revealing that he has access to both technologies. Now with plasma on board. Oof. What happened? Yep. Reabjic got hit so hard he got knocked into the lobby screen. It's alright, he's instantaneous on the pause, and we are back in action. Oh, something's scuffed here. Uh-oh. Solid hit. And the shotgun is taken out, and the door's sniped. So the experience I'm getting with the... Oh, no, it fixed it. Okay. Is it an issue? Uh-oh. What's going on? No. It's just It almost looks like Reabjic was suffering some latency issues, and a shot went through that was uncharacteristic. But well within the realm of normalcy for forts generally. And now Reabjic is just kind of getting bullied, beaten down. Bullied is not the right word. Finished off is the right word. That was a shot and a half. Good lord. Just wiping out Reabjic's foundations. That's going to be some nasty deforming. And more touching the foundation nodes. As Cloud is building a second deck gun. The buzzsaws are coming in to finish off the defenses. Oh, and that cannon sniped a mine. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh dear, oh my. Oh, he's trying for it. He gets it. There's just too much firepower on Klau's side. Reabjic doesn't have the ability to defend things. There's just... Klau has truly developed enough firepower to overwhelm the income of this map. Reabjic's selling everything to get one more plasma and is just gonna hope that Klau doesn't hit it. That's a very long chance, very long shot, but it is a chance nonetheless. And he's getting aeroplanes? Why are you like this? You're gonna even need to fire your beam. Okay. He sold off the airplane launcher. It's a lot of damage. Not enough. It looks like Reabjic may actually get a shot here with his plasma. It's unlikely this plasma is going to do anything. But we've seen it before. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It just got revealed. Cloud's going for it. Oh, and the EMP's going to take it out, to disable it again. The question is, does Cloud consider it enough of a threat to focus on it, or is he just going to go for other things? I'm not sure which is the right answer here. Oh, well, that's definitely the right answer. Reabjic loses every one of his mines. And also the plasma. Reabjic had a hope for a moment. You could have gotten a plasma online. You could have door sniped things and caused massive collapse. Like, if he had door sniped, you know, this thing caused this to detonate, maybe collapse this, shatter this, and it all could have come crumbling down. He had options. I no longer see options as an option for Reabjic here. I think this is the end, and it's just whether or not he wants to explode on his own terms or under the withering fire of whatever Klaus sends his way. Okay. Reabjic down to a single mine. And there it goes. Into the water with him. Hey, look, he's a boat now. Funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after quite a long match, wonderful back and forth, Cloud wins it. Let's see that in slow motion, shall we? Splash. Well, that got exciting. That got real exciting. So I liked the map. That was a great map, I think. Excellent. Alright, so next up we have Wind versus Bruce. Thank you for the follow. I had a question from chat earlier. When's the best time to use my 10k points? Usually the best time to use the 10k points is during our normal community streams, which is every Wednesday and every Saturday. Sometimes we'll do special streams. Those are usually like doing an event for a game, or like a promoted session, something of the sort, sponsored section. Usually those are good times as well. Had a boat for a second, yes. Let us go. If you use shock and awe, can you use her barrels to make it so you can make a boat? Yeah, you could just drop a barrel. It's a pretty common tactic. Well, maybe common isn't the right word, but a well-known tactic in situations like that. You see it sometimes in maps that have like hanging bases mixed with high seas. There's a couple of vanilla maps like that. You can just drop a barrel on the floor. It's not very common because going shock and eye isn't very common, but it is doable. It is a thing. Oh, this map looks familiar. I've not seen it before, but it has a similar layout to another map I've seen before. Excellent, yes. All right, the players are here. We're almost ready. Is the next map 100? The next map we're going into is 993. Give us a moment while we finish setting up the round. Looks like the players are readying up, so we should be going shortly here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to the next round. Time is up. Let's do this. Come on, you can do it. There it is. Here we go. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this round where it is Bruce versus Wind. So this one reminds me of a specific vanilla map. It's basically the same thing, actually. The difference is that on the vanilla map, the cores are directly below each other, like in the same vertical plane. Well, here we have on the left-hand side, it is Bruce playing as the Moonshine Commander, facing off against his opponent on the right. It's Wind playing as a Spook Commander. I like Spook Commander here, because I like Spook Commander in general. And that is my commentary on the matter. We're starting off with similar ideas here between the players. Going for basically the same kind of stuff, complete with batteries behind the cores. You can see here. Different technologies to start. Bruce going with the armory, and Wind going with the workshop. Looks like we're straight in... Well... Alright, so both players are going heavy weapons. This doesn't surprise me. Bruce is going EMP. This also doesn't surprise me. What does surprise me is I see some mortars placed here down for wind. Winds just has triple incendiary mortar, which I'm not expecting. I don't... This is clearly not going to be a heavy investment thing. This is just a I'm going mortars just to be annoying kind of deal. I don't see this working well for wind. But it does exist. It is a thing. And he's taking out mines. Or not mines, he's taking out machine gunners. Oh, but the sniper takes out the EMP, which is what you want to see. At some point, those incendiary mortars will take out enough machine gunners that they will go net positive, but that is a very difficult point to reach, because it's quite a lot of machine gunners necessary. I'm not convinced it's worth going those incendiaries. I'm not convinced those incendiaries have been a net positive experience, but here we are. This is the world in which we live. Wind has a plasma placed. Has a second plasma placed now. Okay. Bruce has gone with the Howitzer option. The Howitzer has been placed, and has been placed first, which is usually the way to go about it if you're going Howitzer. It is notably behind Wind's double plasma. That will become relevant here. That plasma has been revealed, and Bruce immediately reacts by placing an energy shield. My question will be, what will Wind do once those plasmas come online? Because they'll be online momentarily. Bruce does have some vulnerable weapons. He's not vulnerable really in many places, but where he is vulnerable, he can get some damage done. Will it be enough damage is the question, and will Wind wait for the fire beam to come online? Or will he just go for it? Because if he waits for the fire beam and the second plasma to come online, then he will have technically enough damage to go to the core. He won't have enough energy to use it. He'll need several more batteries, which, yeah, I mean, he could do. He could wait even longer. Yeah, that wasn't going to touch. Guess it was close, though. That could touch, and it does. Bruce just gets annihilated by beautifully played laser beams. To the abyss with you. Well done. Do it. Blast him. It opens it up, but Bruce just rebuilds. But then, through all of this, here comes the fire beam, plasma beam. And it goes clean to the core. That's just a lot of pinpoint damage. Wonderful. Alrighty then. Well played. And that is the round complete. Give us a moment while we set up the next round. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. One moment. Alright, so we do have, while we're in between, leaving the path, maybe I do. While we get, oh, this next map is cool looking. But while we get set up with that, we do have a redeem for a poem reading. A request for reading an Edgar Allan Poe. So we're going to do that at the moment. As we have a minute before the next players join up. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some one gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this, and nothing more." Ah, I distinctly remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or Madame, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened the wide door, darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before, but the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. And the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." Then I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhere louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Then let me see, then, what there it is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven for the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim, and ancient raven, wandering from nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on night's plutonium shore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Classic. I love to see it. Thank you, I Am Fake, bringing that together. As we're off to the next round. As here we have on the left-hand side, it's Dommy facing against Dory. Another map with dual core devastation. On quite the wonderful set of mountaintops here. Is it hexagonal pillars, as they were? This one's really pretty. The 3D effect on these has been beautiful. And this map in specifically is... I don't know what to make of this. It's... The terrain on it is wild in terms of foundation nodes. It's a bit further back than the other maps. We'll see how that affects things. This is another map that can handle some serious defensive play. I'm not certain how that's going to play out here. As we saw in the previous map, you can get some, or at least a previous map where I was mentioning such things, you can get some real thick bases here. Alright. Commander-wise, Dommy on the left-hand side is playing as a Hurricane Commander. Dory is playing as the Armadillo Commander. Thank you, Acreus, coming in and rejoining the Incursion for 2 months. Edgar Allan Poe, yes. I approve. I like that kind of stuff. I like the opportunity to like read poetry stuff when you guys are into it. It makes me happy on the inside and the outside. Makes me feel all rejuvenated and energyful. Dommy getting, is that just EMP flak? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, it's just EMP flak out of Dommy. Just being a little bit cheeky. Oh, it's shotgun. Of course it's shotgun. I don't know why I expected anything else. Both players are going directly to heavy weapons. They have upgrade centers, and we see the occasional upgraded mine, but it looks like they're focusing heavily on getting weapons out before anything else. Yeah, look at that. Machine gun reveals itself and is immediately shotgunned. It survives because Dory's made beautiful weapons platforms for it. Little nooks for it. Interesting. You can get a platform down here for these. For turbines. That's a neat idea. It looks like Dommy gets the first heavy weapon placed. Is Dory going for... It's standard cannons out of Dory, right? Like what do you have? What's your plan here, Dory? Yes. No, those are 20 mils. 20 mils? You brave, brave soul. Okay. Fire beam, plasma beam out of Dommy. Standard cannon out of Dommy now as well. So Dory is going double 20mm with the standard cannon on high. I like that. I mean, I don't like the 20s here. Like standard cannon, I think is a beautiful choice. Would love to see these be standard cannons as well. Comes with the understanding that they are more expensive. That one little entrenched gunner up top there has been MVP for Dory thus far. Just knocking out those EMPs, just swatting them out of the sky. Beautifully done. All right. EMP ignited and detonated upon Dory's base. But the cannons are coming online. The 20 mils are opened and ready to fire. The cannon is a good 10 seconds away from being ready to fire. I think it's about time for Dory to fire the 20 mils. There you go. Let's open things up. And then standard cannon follow-up to break whatever is now damaged. Yes, no, maybe. Looks like no. No, the answer's no. Okay. Alright, Dory. It's time to unleash the kinetics. Break him down. Make Dommy submit. Oh! Oh ho! Almost the perfect door snipe with that. Do it second 20. Yes! Pummel! Cannons! And the Howitzer, I like what I'm seeing here. I like what Dory's doing. Dory's making me happy right now. I don't know what Dommy is doing. I think Dommy's getting portal nukes. I don't know what Dommy's doing right now. Buzzsaw. She's shooting at the cannon. So close to door sniper in retaliation. Alright, Dory, send out those 20s. Do it. Yes! Beautifully done. It's worth noting that Dommy activated his commander ability there to quickly refire that plasma, attempting to just straight up burn through Dory's doors. It didn't work this time, but it came pretty close. Just trying to remove that cannon. While the cannon is trying to door snipe the lasers. Which is an inversion of the usual relationship. Usually the cannon is trying to knock down the doors while the lasers do the door sniping, but not this time. Not sure what Dommy's tactic is for escalation. It looks like he's building another platform for plasma. You can definitely support it. It's mortars, which may or may not have been revealed. They were technically revealed for a moment. I'm not sure if Dory noticed. It was only a brief moment. But there's a door snipe. Howitzer. Sniper follow-up? Yes, do it. Do it! Get it! Yeah! Well done. Heavy mortars. I think Dory didn't notice those mortars when they were placed. And so Dommy is about to slap Dory with a set of heavy mortars that they're not prepared for. This could do some real work. Especially if it comes pre-aligned, which is not going to come pre-aligned, but he may manage it anyways if he nails the shot. Is it too far? Nope, nope, that's good. That'll do it. She's got to refire last, and suddenly Dory's in panic mode. Didn't refire last, which is unfortunate for Dommy, and quite fortunate for Dory. So those mortars are now going to be defended by a plethora of machine gunners that were panic builds after the initial volley. Okay. And there is the second plasma placed. Howitzer flies. Sniper? No sniper. The sniper's dead. Okay. You can do it. So I'm liking the mortars. I'm liking the mortars a lot. The thing is, Dory has multiple howitzers. They're about to make it. They're about to make it Dommy's problem. And it's a big problem for Dommy. And if that cannon can fire, it's not going to be able to fire. There was a lot of damage. And those howitzers are going to come off cooldown here in a moment. And then he's going to do the same thing again. And then Dommy's just going to suffer. It's going to be rough. And he's going straight for the thick wood. Which I don't think I would have gone for, but I mean, there's no wrong answer here. As long as the weapon's being fired. Case in point. Do it again. Oh, well, Dory's out of energy. What happened to your energy production? He's upgrading his energy. Alright, upgrading their energy. So they can keep the rate of fire up. That will give Dommy enough time to reconstruct defenses. So these howitzers are going to have to reopen the defenses they had once shattered. Here's the thing. Dommy has enough energy weaponry that this cannon platform up top for Dory is no longer safe. But it is time for Dory to commit cannon fire once again. Oh, the fire beam burned it out of the sky at the opportune moment. Dommy's base is struggling here. The deforming is intense, and the players haven't developed proper stability tech for this kind of base yet because it's, you know, the first time they're playing it. Unrefined. Oof. Is that it? Oh, it's so close to crumpling. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, it was so close to crumpling. And then it just came all crumbling down as Dory wins it. Well done. Splashing around. I will say this, Dommy did a good job of not repairing the door there. Making sure the shotgun had an opportunity to fire, but then just ran out of APM. Ooh. So much pain. And then it all, the hit that did it. The cannon shell that broke the camel's back. Beautiful. It's so pretty. Alright, next up we have Taichu versus Hopser. Oh, this one is pretty. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yes. Alright, it looks like the players are ready, so we'll be jumping into it soon. I'm excited. Some of these maps are just amazing. I generally like the aesthetic. The 3D ones are somewhat trippy, I gotta say. Taichu playing Valorant. Why you like this? Don't you know this is a super try-hard tournament? How could you? Alright. Everyone's readied up. We're jumping into the action here. And we're off. Someone just flicking the ready button. Why you like this? Alrighty then. So there's this. This looks gorgeous. I don't know what else to say other than this is beautiful. This makes me happy. I like this. I like this a lot. And then we have the cube. Okay. So here we go into whatever this is. This one expect mortars are not going to be a big feature. Because here we have on the left-hand side, it's Hopser, playing as the Hurricane Commander, a popular choice these days for many reasons, facing against its opponent. On the right-hand side, it's Taichu, playing as the Hurricane Commander, a popular choice these days for many reasons. So this is definitely solid up here, all of this, which means that we're not seeing a lot of vertical play. This is a fairly common trend on these maps, for many of them, I should say. But I mean, come on, look how pretty this is. It's very fire. Alrighty then. Strategy-wise, it looks like the players are rushing toward heavy weapons tech. Both players have placed their heavy weapons tech, however, it is worth noting that Hopser has placed an upgrade center, while Taichu has not. In fact, Taichu has sold off their tier 1 tech, and is therefore notably ahead in the everything else department. As they expand through destructivities. Taichu has enough storage additional to place a plasma, and already has a plasma weapon emplacement built out for it. It is just a matter of waiting for that technology to complete, and once it completes, we'll be immediately able to place a plasma in this little spot here. And there it is. Oh, done. So that's gonna be online very quickly. On the other side, Hopser is not ready for placing weaponry, does not have a weapon platform, and is currently upgrading economy. Which means it will be even more time. Although it looks like Hopser is going for a Howitzer, so that will be even more time. It is worth noting that Taichu has revealed that it will be lasers, so it is no surprise to see Hopser placing an energy shield in this position, which is the ideal place for an energy shield because it is the most vulnerable to a laser at this stage, and an incredibly valuable laser spot. I would have expected Taichu to go with the fire beam. With this kind of build usually has a fire beam, because fire beam plasma is amazing for the opening volley, the alpha strike, the first strike in the match. However, Taichu is going with a second plasma. I have been more partial to going multiple plasmas in especially larger matches. Less so 1v1s, but this is fine too. I love the placement down here because it comes at a weird angle compared to everything else. Now, Hopser has just placed their Howitzer compared to Taichu's plasma beam completing right now. Opening. Oh, did it touch it? No, but it was close, within 1 wood. This is one of those where I could see someone just going like a wall of minigunners. I think this map just reminds me of caverns. You just get like a wall of minigunners. When I say a wall, I mean like 12 of them, and you just open fire. You just vomit lead in the general direction of the opponent. Constantly. It's very effective. Oh! Dude, if he had broken that, I think that just ends the game. Just right there. Like that. That's not okay. Alright, well, Hopser is adding in 4 longs to fix that being a problem. He touches it, but doesn't break it. Yeah, at this point, Taichu has failed to deal game-winning damage, or critical damage even, at this stage, which means that Hopser's going to start to pull ahead. By a lot. Both howitzers are coming online, and I'm not convinced that's enough machine gunners from Taichu. I think Taichu's gonna need the door sniping here. One down. God, hurricane machine gunners are so good. Yeah, just get a wall of machine guns. It's alright. And it's gone. Nope. That works too. That, surprise! Laser beam. So let's see that again. Do it. It goes from being fine to being not fine in the breadth of a brief bit of fire. Look at it. Just exploded. He's gone. Neat. Alright, well, I didn't expect that to end there. That kind of thing does happen every now and again. It was just... I didn't expect that kind of thing. I just didn't expect it. You know? Not there. Not like that. Alrighty then, give us a minute while we set up the next round. Watching the stream while sharpening knives. Ooh. Sounds satisfying. Hope the rounds have been interesting. They have been. They've also been poemed. An Edgar Allan poemed. And I'm okay with this. Alrighty then. And death of all time. It did happen. Just a little bit of fire detonating a battery, sending it all away. Giant chain reaction. You see, this is why batteries go next to the core, so when they explode, it takes the whole base with it. Every single time. Okay then. We're getting set up for the next round. I was kind of hoping to see that round go longer. I understand that the round going longer would have caused it to trend one direction, and that direction would have been many more Howitzer shells flying across the world. But I like Howitzer shells flying across the world. It makes me happy. I also liked the map. It was very pretty. But now we're on to the next map. I don't know what I'm looking at here, so you guys and I are gonna get to experience this together for the... Did this man pixel art? Did this man pixel art in forts? Is that what's going on here? Did you really do this? It's actually kind of impressive. It's actually kind of really impressive. Okay, well, welcome to this map. Oh my god, we've seen what happens on this map layout. Alright, so... I don't know what to say here. I'm out of words. The words, they escape me. There are several things to speak about. So, first, this is the thing that's happened. Second, the map is otherwise pretty alright. Third, the layout of these bases. It has foundation nodes here, so the core isn't in immediate danger of dropping into the void at all points in time. However, this kind of layout is a bit difficult to defend because you have no foundation nodes down here. Any weight that you have up here just rotates it all down, which means this is not indefensible. It's just not far from being indefensible. So that will become relevant here as the rounds go on. The question will become, how do they manage to interact with themselves in this way? Or should I say, each other in this way? This map is close enough that doing something like a rocket rush would be very effective. Aggression in general, I think, would be very effective. Given the mine placements and quantities, I don't know that swarms are going to be popular here. Okay. Look at this thing. It's just out there and exposed. He's like, I'm going cannons, and I'm proud about it. Draistian at least has the decency to hide his shame. Shame? Glory. One of the two. We have a token EMP from both players, but Clow has an AP sniper, which is hunting the EMP. And that's a beautiful hit. Takes out a turbine, and shuts down a mine, and shuts down the tech, which will delay. On the opposite side here... Ooh! Actually deals damage to the core. That dealt 7 damage to the core, at least 7%. Another shutdown of the technology. What a world to live in. Draistian's EMP just dodging its responsibilities. Alright, that time it hit really well. Taking out both techs and 2 mines. Another turbine taken out by the EMP. Honestly, Cloud's turbines have been really very effective. That's another turbine removed. Okay. Well, it is worth noting that this is a Moonshine mirror match, which will become relevant later on when their cannons start singing, but no one has cannons yet, and it looks like Cloud's opening Howitzer. This is one of those matchups where opening 20mm or 20mm in general are going to be very nice. The EMP still exists despite snipers existing, which is an unusual circumstance. Cloud places the Howitzer first, and in doing so gets him a little bit of a advantage here. On the opposite side, Draistian has gone with a standard cannon. I'm partial to standard cannons in this scenario. Well, actually, Howitzer is going to be really strong in this scenario. Both players have access to shotguns as well. The question is, will Draistian recognize that this is a Howitzer, not a standard cannon? And will he react accordingly, or will the Howitzer fly across uncontested? How many turbines has this man lost to this EMP? Come on, man. You gotta do something. At least a single sandbag. Something. Can't keep getting away with this. Second cannon out of Draistian, whereas Cloud does not yet have additionals. Oh. It's close, but not quite. That first cannon almost getting sniped once the doors were blown open by that Howitzer. Is this man not building doors on it? Just going open? No, he is building a door on it. So many energy shields. Okay. The cannons are ready to fire. We're gonna have double cannon with commander ability active for Draistian. Where do they go? They could go to the core. They go to the Howitzer. Go on, do it. Second cannon shell. I believe in you. He's not sending the second cannon shell. Okay, he's not doing it. I no longer believe in you. Oh, more splashy. Core takes some more damage. I do want to point out that both players are about as large as they can get without ripping their core off of their foundation nodes. Ghoul, that sagged way more than is acceptable. Draistian playing with fire. No. Oh man. It could see the wood stretching before it just gave out. Yeah. That's, I am not at all surprised by the outcome here. By the result of this. It just... too much weight. It just crumbles. Look at it. He's just one impact, one place strut away from it all coming crumbling down. It was the flak. The flak placing was the final straw that broke it. Oh no. Yo, rip the dream. Well. That was beautiful. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the second day of Peel's improv tournaments with brand new maps and madness things. I'd love to say it. Thank you one and all for joining us today as we'll be wrapping it up. The third and final section of the tournaments will be played on Saturday. So we've got a few more days before that happens. For the rest of the week, you guys get to enjoy more forts before, well, we get into the semifinals and conclude the rest of this tournament. So make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because we got more content like this coming out every single week, multiple times a week. We are going to be signing off here. We were up late doing stream stuff yesterday. We were streaming all day yesterday, and we'll be doing so again in the tomorrows. But for now, I'm going to be signing out here. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. It has been a great time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time. But for now, have a good day, a good rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you guys in the Discord, because I am 100% just grabbing food and turning on the video games to play with the rest of you guys later today. So have a good one, everyone, and I will see you guys later.